Hello, my name is Michael Moreno, and this is my project 4 for Graphic Design 165, my own design trademark. Now, for this trademark, I was inspired by most mascot logos, trademarks, and designs, those that incorporate a unique design alongside their name, like video game companies, illustration companies, things like these. Now, for my main client, I would have to go simple with this one as it would be pretty much just me, as I want to start up this trademark to make my own work be official when it comes to my brand, that being Moreno Designs. This illustration brand I envision as a sort of illustrator for hire sort of deal, as I would offer my services to those that are looking for an art style to put into their medium, whether it be for advertisements, illustrative designs, concept art, character design, graphic design, animation, or just commissions. I want this brand to be flexible when it comes to the service that it provides. I would hope to keep this brand as my own, as I would want to be my own boss to save myself from overworking or taking on too many projects at one time. My main target audience when it comes to this brand would be authors that are in need of an illustrator for their books. This audience would mainly consist of writers of the young variety, as that would be where my illustrative ability would appeal most to. These writers would likely be in their 20s age range, as there is a constant new influx of writers when it comes to wanting to visualize their stories. It could be either gender, as well as my art would appeal to either one in terms of variety. Another target audience I could think of are organizers for events, mainly the advertising department, as they are the ones in charge of creating all of the marketing for the event, so they wouldn't be in need of someone to create designs they can work around. That would be where I come in. While not a singular person or demographic, these groups would already be part of a professional company or corporation to be trusted with marketing an event, and would be in the much older age range, as they would likely be trusted with where they are now. My best guess when it comes to age would probably be in the late 20s to early 30s age range, as they would be well informed and knowing of the career that they are in. Another audience I hope to appeal to when it comes to this branding identity would be game developers, wanting to bring my specific art style to their game. I can mainly see this audience being either male or female when it comes to the demographic, being in the 30-year age range, as game development is a steep career when it comes to the type of people in it. They could be in need of character designs, environment designs, or game content or asset design. All of these would work in tandem with what I can specialize in. As these developers would need the first to make rough drafts of their games, they would need to go through designs that work and those that don't. They often have hundreds of scrapped assets that do not make it into the final game, and I can only hope that my designs will be the ones chosen for the final product that they settle on. Now, for the message that I hope to send out when I present this design trademark would be that I'm an illustrator first and foremost, that I like to draw and I'm ready to draw just about anything that would be commissioned to me or requested of me. I hope that my design trademark would be a good indicator that my art style mainly consists of cartoonish designs or even cute designs, but I hope to extend that style to other avenues in terms of mediums when it comes to new clients. I want this message to be that I am in the market to offer my services of drawing for people in need of art for whichever designs that they need, be it illustrations, character design, animation, etc. Though I hope that the mascot is enough to show that I would specialize in character design, as I have a knack for designing characters, as that is what I started off with when I began drawing. Though that doesn't mean I would want to just settle with only character design, as I would want to branch out into other designs professionally. Now, for the design itself, I chose to go with a more mascot-oriented design when it comes to my trademark, as I was inspired by game studios that incorporate a mascot into their logos, design trademarks, or companies. I didn't want to over-design the mascot or add too much detail when it came to the final design, as I know too well that over-designing could lead to a bit of clutter. So for this final design, I chose to go with a small cartoonish green dragon puppet design, something that I have an attachment to as far as character design goes, as he was originally much more colored and had much more detail put in. So in the final design, I chose to make the outline of the mascot out of more basic lines that use the 3-point and 5-point oval brush stroke to design a more sketched out look to it, making it look like it was drawn with calligraphic line work. For color choices that I used, I wanted the color scheme to be consistent when it came to the overall theme of this design. I utilize the simple green for the body of the mascot, using the CMYK green for the body, wings, and small details throughout the mascot. For the mouth, tooth, spikes, and eyes of the design, I wanted to originally use a simple black color to signify these objects, but decided to use a much darker green to keep the darker aspect of the desired look but not have it stand out if it were the original black. It did help with keeping the design consistent with the color scheme, as I also used this dark green for the text at the bottom of the design, which helped with its outline and outer stroke to give the text some depth. Well, I also used a lighter green for the underbelly of the design and for the Moreno part of the text. Um, though the only use of the slightly lighter shade of the dark green was on the bottom text designs, as I wanted to be able to make it stand out from the simple green and darker green that I used. And speaking of text, I chose the typeface that I chose to use throughout this design, and the only one was to go with Beidal Minjok Sarenghe and OTF typeface, as I felt that it had a nice look to it that it reminded me of drawing out lettering in my sketchbooks. I spaced out the typeface by at least 25 so that the type did not get too cluttered with one another, as the original typeface is a little bit too close, and I could properly display the text. I felt that this typeface was a strong and stable typeface, with its heavier strokes being intertwined with the skinnier ones, as it gives the typeface the look that it was hand drawn out by pen, all the more better to incorporate into this design. Here that I have some mock-ups of the more business side of things with my business system board, where I implemented my design in letterhead, business cards, and envelope format. For the business cards, I chose to draw out the little telephone, email, and internet symbols, just to add my own little spin on them. One second. There we go. I hope to have my design be put into small merch, things like pop sockets, t-shirts, sketchbooks, or flash drives, though the last two I feel are tied to illustration, as there is a need for a sketchbook to draw and a flash drive to store everything if you want to store all of these drawings, if the customer is a digital artist, much like myself. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.